Hello all. I'm your online Salesforce trainer, Harsha. So let's start the Salesforce training. Salesforce. So what is Salesforce? Salesforce is a CRM technology. Right. It's a CRM. So what is this CRM? CRM is nothing but customer relationship management. So CRM is a customer relationship management. So what is customer relationship management? For example, let's consider we have a laptop. Okay, let's consider the laptop. The Dell laptop, if we are trying to introduce a new model, so what we do, we campaign the product, right? So campaigning is nothing but marketing the product. So until and unless we don't market the product, how the public knows that we have developed a new product, right? So the marketing, it can be like any kind of way. It can be like either a digital marketing, or it can be some partner refer, what it may be, right? So once the marketing is done, we'll sell our products, right? So once we sell our products, later on the products which we sold, we need to provide the service, right? So this is what the entire process called as CRM, customer relationship management. And anyhow, in down the line in the classes, we'll be seeing in depth how the CRM process goes on, right? And Salesforce, there is a caption for Salesforce called as no software, right? Because we don't need any software. The only thing we need is here is a proper internet with a proper browser connection. That's it. You can log in to the Salesforce across the globe from anywhere. So Salesforce is known as multi-tenant architecture. So what is this multi-tenant architecture? Suppose let's consider we're having a building of 5 floors. Let's consider, and every building, suppose 5 floors, and each floor consists of 5 houses. Let's consider. So total, how many houses? 25 houses, right? So out of these 25 houses, suppose let's consider every house is owned by me, and I have given the house to rent to different families, right? Now what happens? At the end of the day, the single building is occupied by multiple tenants, right? So in the same way, here as well, a single a single architecture of the Salesforce architecture is occupied by multiple people, right? Like multiple organizations. So that is how. So that is why it's known as multi-tenant architecture. All right. Now, how to register to Salesforce? So we have a URL called as developer.salesforce.com. So by using this URL, if you sign up for yourself, so it's nothing but you'll have the lifetime access, free access. So let me create one. So let me click on sign up. Provide your details here. Suppose I provide my details here. Right, and I provide the mail ID. The mail ID, it can, like with a single mail ID, we can create multiple logins. But only the thing is the username should be unique. And also the username, it should be in the format of email, but not mandatorily an existing email. Right? So postal code, let me give the postal code. Now here comes. So at the rate sftc.com. Let's verify whether this is available or not. It's not an existing email, but still it is in the format of email, right? So let's verify. Oh, it's already there. So what we do? Asha.reddy@sftc.com. So it's available. Now let's come back here and let's. Look, on verify account. Let's create a password. So for the first time we log in, this is what the user interface which you are going to see. This is nothing but the Lightning user interface. So right now in the current market, the Lightning is in very top for the Salesforce. But the thing is, in order to like work into the Lightning, initially we need to have the knowledge on the Classic as well. So let's start. Let's begin with the Classic initially. Let's learn the Classic, and then we'll come back to the Lightning. So when you first time when you log in the top right corner, you are able to see the like view profile, right? So click on this and just switch to Salesforce Classic. Here we have an option, right? Now click on now. When you see here the top, these are nothing but the multiple tabs we have, right? So the place, these are multiple tabs, and the top right corner, what are the things which you have seen here? These are nothing but the list of applications. List of applications. If you click on sales, see the tabs count has been increased. So here it's nothing but, suppose if you click on campaigns, this is nothing but the tab, and here what all the things we see is nothing but an object. So here it is a tab and here it is an object. So let's first initially discuss what is object, but we'll not go in depth. In depth we'll be seeing in the next session. So object. So as I think like many of them will be aware like a database, right? Database. So what are the things we know? Nothing but we need to have a database, right? So here in this concept, the object is nothing but the database table. So generally in other languages like SQL or MySQL, what it may be, like we create the database table with the help of a query, like create table name. This is what we create. But coming to Salesforce, here no need of that one. The only simple thing what we need to do is we need to just simply write the table. We need to create an object. That's it. A database table will be created. So why we consider here it as tab and here it as object. So let me show you. Let me click on new and I enter some data with the required fields and I'll just click on save. So what's happening? All this data will be stored in the account database table. Alright. So that's the reason I call this as an object. It's stored in the account database table. But coming to these accounts, if I create another record here, there will be multiple records, right? So that's the reason we take the plural name here, right? Hope so you all guys understood. Let's start with the apps. What is an apps? So as we studied right now, what's that? Here we are able to see when you click on app, we are able to see the tabs and we are able to see the objects, right? So what is apps? This is a place where it holds the tabs and objects, right? So basically we have two types of applications. Let me give some theoretical and then let's go to the practical. So basically we have two types of applications. One is custom apps. So initially we have standard apps and another is the custom apps. So what are the standard apps? Standard apps are nothing but custom apps are standard apps are nothing but the sorry apps which are provided by the Salesforce. So these are nothing but the standard apps. And what are these custom apps? Custom apps are nothing but the apps which we create as per the business requirement, as per the business requirement. So So the applications which we create as per the business requirement are nothing but known as custom apps, and the applications which are already provided by the Salesforce are nothing but known as standard apps. Now these custom apps, like we have like another internally when we are trying to create a custom application, we have like two types of apps. One is custom app and another is the console app. So what is this console app? Generally, coming to the console app, we use the console app for the purpose of service cloud. But today, majorly, we are going to discuss about the sales cloud. No need to worry about the service cloud because, like, there are some around some 10 to 15% of the projects across the globe related to service cloud, and those who use the console application. And right, and rest of the members they use the standard things only, which are provided by the Salesforce. So coming to the console application, nothing but suppose let's consider we own a vehicle. Okay, when we go for a servicing to a vehicle, so we can see the entire history of our car, right? When we purchase the car, what is the first service date, what is the accidental history, whether we hold an insurance or not. So everything, every data is displayed in a single page, right? In a single place, all the data, the multiple data is displayed. In order to display such kind of data, we use the console applications, right? We will see the console applications later on. Today we'll discuss about the customer. So let's see what is the navigation part. Click on setup and click on under and go under build, and under build you can find create, and under create you can see apps, right? And on these apps we have two types. One is quick start, and there is normal traditional new way, right? Now let's see how it works. So here click on setup. If you click on setup, see the left side panel has been changed. Let's again come back and look into that. See, now the panel is different, the left side view. If you click on leads or campaigns, whatever it may be, the left side view is different. So once you click on setup, we'll be entering into setup. See, the setup has been changed here, right? Now just go to create. Under build, we can see the create. Under create, you can see the apps. So it's very difficult to remember all the navigation paths, right? So that's the reason they have provided us the quick find or search box where we need to just enter the details. That's it. See here, I have entered apps, and right now I'm able to see the apps, right? Now just click on the apps, and as we said, we have two options here, quick start and the traditional view, right? So let's initially see how we create the application with the help of quick start, and later on let's look into back into the normal traditional. I'm clicking on quick start. Now here, as we discussed, the top right corner it's the application, right? You are able to see the application here, and here you, as you see, this is the tab. So what are the things I enter into this plural label, the tab will be covered, and the label it's nothing but our object. So let's see how it goes. So I'm entering here recruiting, and then we go here with position, and then here we go with positions. Here it's covered with position, and it's covered with positions, and it's with recruiting, right? I'll just click on create, and just click on go to my app so that we can navigate to our app. See, we're able to navigate to our app where it is a recruiting, and we have created the positions tab, and also we have created the positions object, right? It's clear, right? Right. So what all the things are happening at a single time? We are able to create an application, we are able to create a tab, and we are able to create a new object. Now let's see how we create the traditional way of application, creating an application. Now click on just new, and see here, as we discussed, we are able to see the two options. One is custom app and there is the console app. So today let's discuss with the custom app. Then just click on next. Now, app label, suppose let's give here as Salesforce training. See, now once I click on tab, automatically this app name will be auto populated. See here, but it doesn't allow the spaces. It takes the underscore. Suppose let's consider I have given the space. See what happens. It will throw an error message, right? So this kind of error messages are known as system validations. Known as system validations. Even it doesn't allow the double consecutive underscores, right? The two underscores at a time, right? and also it will not allow to end with an underscore, and also not contains the consecutive underscores. So let me give a single underscore and just let's click on next. Now here the thing comes, we need to insert an image, right? So generally it should be like smaller than the 20 KB, and moreover it should be of 300 or 55 pixels for better results, right? So as we discussed, in order to insert an image here, first initially we need to have the image in the Salesforce application. So how do we get the image application? So image is nothing but a record, right? So here such kind of image records and everything, we store it in a database table called as documents. So document is right, earlier we discussed like we have created the account data, right? So where it is stored in the account database table. And coming to this scenario, here we have a documents object. So nothing but the documents database table. So in the database table, we need to insert the data. So what is the data? So nothing but the image, right? Now just click on, so suppose right now we are unable to see the documents tab over here. So how do we get the documents tab? Here we have the all tabs. Just click on all tabs and just scroll down, and here you are able to see the documents, right? Click on the documents, and here we have the my personal documents. So if you would like to not share your personal documents, and if you would like to create a new folder for that, we can do it. Just click on create new folder, and let's make this as some global documents, right? And let's do the access only, read only for the time being, for others, and rest of the access we will discuss later on. Okay, just click on the save. So now we have created the two folders. We have now two folders. One is my personal documents and another is the global documents. I would like to insert into the local documents. So already I have a logo. So I have a logo which I have created earlier. So it is here, it's of 7.51 KB and 100 by 100 pixels. So let's see how it comes. Or else I have another logo. Here it's of 8.49 KB and 249 by 176 pixels. So let's go with this cam symbol, how logo, how it works. Click on new document. Let's choose this one as logo. And make sure that externally available image, this checkbox is checked, or else this image will not be available at the time of choosing the logo at the time of app creation. Right? Now just click on choose file. Just go choose logo. Here we have the logo. Which logo we need? Yeah, this is what we are looking for, right? So just click on open and just click on save. Right? See here, the logo is done. Now let's come back here and click on insert an image. See here, it's navigated to documents. So why we are unable to see here? Because it's in personal documents. Navigate, switch to global documents. Here we are able to see the logo. Choose the logo, right? And just click on next. Now see here, when we switch to, when we are in recruiting app, we are able to see few tabs. If you go to some sales application, we are able to see some other tabs. If you go to some other application, you are able to see only few tabs. So this is where we decide these things. So at the time of creating an application, we'll be able to see available tabs. So here we need to decide what all the tabs needs to be available. Home tab is the default tab. So for time I am going with accounts, campaigns, cases, contacts. And let's consider dashboards and leads, opportunities. Okay, and then let's go with positions. That's it. Let's consider, click on add. So these all tabs will be available now. And did you observe one more thing? When we are in community, it switches to home tab, right? When we are in sales, it's switched to home tab. When we come to the recruiting, it is switched to position. So how we decide? This is nothing but known as landing tab. So when we enter into that application or when we open the application, what should be the default landing tab? We need to decide at the time of creating an application. So if you forget also, later on we can update it. So here I'm making the default landing tab as suppose contacts. Okay, and let's click on next. Now here, just forget about this topic because this topic we'll be discussing probably in another couple of sessions afterwards, I think so probably. So profile, it's nothing but for the time being, make sure that it's like kind of visibility. Now we will make sure that which profile should have the visibility to the application which we are creating right now. So for this reason, for the time being, I'm making it as visible to everyone. And anywhere down the line, in another couple of classes, I'll let you know what is a profile very in depth. So right now, if I even although I explain you, you can't understand about the profile. Right now, just click on save. Now let's see what are the differences between the custom application and as well, like the quick start application and the normal traditional way. So in normal traditional way, we were able to see like in the traditional way we are able to choose our logo, we are able to choose our like we are unable to create the object, and we are unable to create the tab, but we are able to choose our logo, we are able to decide what are the tabs to be displayed, and we are able to decide like what is the default landing tab. But coming to the quick start application, here we will be able to create an application, an object and a tab, but we can't choose anything. That is what the drawback. Now let's switch to our application and see how it's. So, oh, we are unable to see the application. Just refresh the page. Now see here Salesforce training. See here the logo, and we have switched it to contacts, the default landing tab. Right now, you may consider, sir, like we are having like this many of applications. Why can't my recruiting application be in the top rather than sales? You may get it out, right? So just click on reorder and calm down and just drag this to the top. That's it. No need of any save functionality or nothing. Just drag to the top. That's it. Drag to the top. That's it. Right. How to identify? Just see here for the timing now. Salesforce training and recruiting is in the top, bottom right. Just refresh the page and see. See here the recruiting is in the top. Right. So this is how we create the applications and everything. Right. Now, as we discussed, we are discussing from the starting of the class that this is an object is nothing but a database table, right? Now let's see what are the types of objects we have, how to create an object, and what are the objects, everything we say. Objects, object is nothing but a database table. Object is nothing but a sorry, table. So here also we have like two types of objects. One is standard object and there is the custom object. What is the standard object? Standard objects are nothing but the objects which are provided by Salesforce, right? And what about the custom objects? Objects which we create as per the business requirement. So objects which we create as per the business requirement are nothing but the custom objects, and the objects which are provided by the Salesforce are nothing but the standard objects. Now let's see how to create an object. So I think so no need of navigation path again, right? Just click on setup, and here we will be able to see in the quick find box we will be seeing the objects. Just open the objects in the new tab. It's not mandatory, just for your confirm is like convenient. I'm open, which as per my convenient, I'm opening it in new tab, right? So when we created the quick start application, we were able to see the positions tab object, right? It was created automatically. Now we will create a new custom object. Okay, so let's consider this one as job application. Right now, job application and the plural label should be job applications, right? Job applications. Because why we are taking the plural label? Because as we have like n number of records, we'll be we're considering it as a plural label for the tabs, because under tabs we have the multiple records. But there is another usage of this plural label which we will discuss at the time when we start the customization part. Okay, and the object name is anyhow it is unique, it automatically takes the underscore. And here you are able to see like option called as help setting, right? Open the standard salesforce.com help and training window and open a window using Visualforce page. So the benefit of the Salesforce is whatever the page you navigate, you'll be able to see help for this page. When you click on this help for this page, it will be switched to a new window where it will be providing us the help. Like suppose I'm not at all aware what are the things I need to enter into the label and what I need to enter into the plural label, what I need to enter into the object name, what is this record name, what is this reports, what is, I don't know anything. So at that point of time, how I need to do? I need to click on the help for this page window where it will be switched to the help standard Salesforce help. Right? In the standard Salesforce help, everything is provided in detail. Right? So till this loads, let's discuss another second option as well. There is another thing called as open a window using Visualforce page. So here we'll be having from the starting from label, we'll be having the entire details till this launch new custom tab is up. Right? But coming to what is it, the custom Visualforce page. Okay, coming to this Visualforce page part, it is nothing but like I would like to give the access to my end users, like I would like to have them fill only this required fields, not all the fields. So I would like to not make them clumsy. So what I decided, I would like to design a page where I'll be providing the details what I need to fill in the label, what I need to fill in the plural label, and what I need to fill in the object name, record name, and data type as well. So I want to design my own page. So in that case, the Visualforce page topic almost it's the end of the Salesforce topic. At the time, again I will show you this concept once again. So right now we don't have any VF page. That's the reason it's none. Okay. So when we create a VF page, definitely I'll let you know how it works. So here is how it goes. See here, label. This name is just for so and so, right? And then like every details are provided here. Right. So in this way we can create our own custom page. So for the timing I'm going with standard salesforce.com help and training window. Sorry. Right. Now as we see in objects like in database table, all right, earlier we created a record, right? Suppose let's go to the contact and see. What are this called as different fields, right? This is nothing but the different types of fields, right? So in the same way, for every object we have two types of fields. One is standard field, another is a custom field. Another is the custom field, right? Now what is a standard field? So standard fields are nothing but, let's consider a small scenario like the fields which are provided by the Salesforce, right? Coming to the custom field, nothing but the fields which we create as per the business requirement. So for every object when we are creating, definitely there will be a standard field called as name. So here we took the job application, that's the reason the field name is job application name. If you take it as position, it will be position name. If you take it as Harsha, it is Harsha name. Right, this is what the format it follows. If you want, you can modify it, no worries. The data type here we have is text and auto number, but generally 90% of the cases we use the text rather than the auto number. So I'll let you know very soon why we choose the text rather than the auto number, because in the next class when we discuss about the fields, I'll let you know why it is necessary to choose the text data type rather than the auto number. Right now we have another things called as allow reports, allow activities, track field history, allow in charter groups, right? So allow reports. So what is this? So generally if we see any other technologies, let's consider as we discussed in the starting of the class, like CRM, right? So CRM in that concept we discussed about the laptops, right? So let's consider I'm having a laptop business and I would like to know what is my monthly generation, what are the my weekly like weekly, what is my productivity, what is my profit, what is my loss, and how much of the salary I'm paying to my customers, and how strong is my product in the market. I would like to know everything in detail. So if we go with some other technology, like it may be some SAP or Java or .NET, what it may be, in order to get this kind of report, we need to connect it with the third party application. But coming to the Salesforce, everything is pre-built within the Salesforce. Let's see how it works. Let me go to sales or something in order to get the reports here. See here we have the standard reports here. Click on the reports, right? And I'll just click on new report. And I'll try to get the report of the account. We were able to see the accounts here, right? Right. So I'll click on create. And we will be able to see the data over here, right? These are nothing but the standard records, and this is the record which we created just now, right? See here the data as well, right? As we created today, automatically the records have been created for the testing purpose, right? So in order to get this object application, so this is the job application, right? In order to get this job application data over here, okay, at the in the reports, we need to check this checkbox. If you don't check this checkbox, you can't see the report, you can't see the object as well here. Right? Now, we have another option called as allow activities. So let's consider what is an activity. Let's go with some general answer. Activity is nothing but the work which we do, right? So here in activities, we have like two kinds of things. One is task and another is the event. So what is a task? If I give you some work to complete, it's nothing but a task. All right. And if I schedule a class at a particular time span daily, it's nothing but an event. Or else we can consider some cultural events, right? So in this case, let's go with the job application scenario only. Let's consider in the job application, we received an application to our organization. Now what would be the HR task? HR task is to speak with the speak with the candidate and get the details of the candidate, like what is his past out and what are his strengths and everything. I mean, what is his joining, everything. That is her task, right? And once she gets the details, everything, her task is to allocate an interviewer to that person and schedule an interview. So scheduling the interview is nothing but an event, and the person who conducts the interview, like not the conductor, the person who takes the interview, right? That person is nothing but for him it is he is having a task, right? What is his task? To take the interview. And what is the event? The time where the interview is conducted, right? Schedule. So in order to get this objects records data as well with a task and event, we need to check this checkbox. And then the next one, track field history. Suppose let's consider we have a field called as amount, and some god guess somehow after down the line the client has seen that I'm sorry, the client has seen that he is able to find the data has been changed over there, and also he able to see that the complete data is changed multiple times. Now he would like to know who has changed the data. If he requests us, simply we say that no, I didn't did that, right? In order to get the details, that if you check this checkbox track field history, we'll get the 6 months of audit report. So we get the entire history, what the things are happening, how things happens, which person has changed from which ID, everything we get the data, right? And also we have another option called as allow in charter groups. So charter group, we can discuss the topic later on. So charter group is nothing but like a kind of a WhatsApp group where we'll be having the public groups and we'll be having the private groups, right? So in order to share our data, like in order to share this job application records data to the charter group, if you would like to share it, then you need to check this checkbox, right? Clear? And then next we are having like three different kinds of options. Okay, so let's see these options at the time of customization. Right now it's not needed. And deployment status, like we have like two options. One is in development and another is the deployed. So deployed is nothing but like what we say, generally when we build an application, it's nothing but like what we say, pushing that, like where we store our data onto the server, where we push our data to server, right? So Coming to say other technologies, we need to take care of pushing the data and everything, pushing the application itself onto the server. But coming to Salesforce, everything will be taken care from the back end by the Salesforce team. So if you take it as in development, even though it's provided, it's available, it's not available to the end user. If it is deployed, then it will be available to the end user based on his access level. All right. And now let's consider, just now we created one record called as test, right? Let me search it in that here. So here it's nothing but the recent record which we have opened. If you want to search across the organization, click on search for tests. So we are getting one record with this one. Okay, let me search here again with the name Harsha. Okay, let me search with some other name like United. Okay, and I'll click on search. Okay, with United we are having 5 contacts, and also we are having 10 contacts. So 5 accounts, 10 contacts, and as well as we have 10 opportunities. A context is nothing but a database table. Opportunity is nothing but a database table. And account is as well a database table. Let's discuss later on in the CRM process why we use accounts. What is the purpose of this object actually? What are the standard objects we have? And what is the purpose of those objects? Definitely we will see in the CRM process class. Right? Now, let's come to here. Now, if we would like to have our job application data as well to be available at the time of click search, at the time when we search globally, if you would like to display our job application data as well, then we need to check this checkbox allow search, right? Now, and finally we have add notes and attachments or related list to default page layout. So forget about what is the default page layout. Default page like related list. Related list we will discuss later on. No need to worry. I'll let you know once we start the class sessions about the fields and relationships. At the time we can discuss what is the related list. So what is this notes and attachments? Suppose let's consider in this job application, initially I need to have a resume, right, in order to conduct an interview. So we can attach the resume to the application. And also once after done with the interview, we need to enter the notes, right? How the performance was. So for that one, in order to create these things here, we need to check this checkbox. And finally, we have launched new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. So if you can see for this custom objects, we are having tabs, right? So in the same way, if you would like to have a tab for this one as well, you need to check this checkbox, launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object, and just click on save. Right now we need to select the tab style. What is this tab style? Tab style is nothing but it represents the pictographical representation. For example, if you choose the account, it's nothing but if you show some briefcase or something, it's nothing but accounts, right? And if it is some, let's consider some software organization, if you show some, if you display it with the help of some laptop or computers, it represents, right? In the same way here also we can choose the tab style, right? These are the standard styles. If you would like to create your own style, then click on just create your own style and choose the color from here. You can choose any color. Let's consider this color and let's insert an image here. Click on logo and just click on OK. Suppose we have this image, right? Again, it's navigated to documents tab only. Inserting an image, right? Click on OK and just click on next. Now again here it comes. What is the visibility? So first let me explain you what is this default on, default off and tab hidden. If you see the tabs over here, it's nothing but the default on. So when the tabs are default on, then it will be displayed here. But even if it is not displayed here, but if it's available here, then it's nothing but default off. So if it's not available here and if it's not available here, then it's nothing but the tab hidden, right? So as we discussed in the previous topic while discussing the applications are nothing but the at the time of assigning the application, we discussed about the profile, right? So profile is nothing but providing some access, right? So here also just consider that one. So if you would like to have one tab visibility to all profiles, just choose the option here, right? If you would like to have different tab visibility to different profiles, then go with this option where you can change individually for every profile, right? So anyhow, in very soon we'll be discussing what is a profile as well. So for the time being, I make it as default on for everyone and I'll just click on next. Now this is nothing but as we discussed, right? So what are the applications we go? When we click on application, we are able to see different tabs, right? If we would like to include our this tab in all the applications, just include tab this checkbox. If you would like to give the access to only specific applications, then you need to choose individually which application you want to provide the access. So for the time I'm including it all applications, and I'll just click on save. Let's see here, now the custom object is created. Right, now let's see, let's refresh the page and let's see whether we are able to get, see, we got the job applications. Just click on job application. See, the tab style as well, and even the new. You can see this is the standard field, right? As we discussed. Now, you guys may get an doubt like, how can we identify whether is this a standard object or custom object? Yeah, we can. So whether it may be standard field or custom field or standard object or custom object, what it may be. Okay. We have something called as concept API. So API is nothing but application programming interface. So where it performs as an interface between the application and the program. So suppose let's consider this notepad. It's an application, right? But in order to write something here, when we save it, it saves. When we delete it, deletes. So there is something logic behind. There's nothing but the program. So this API works as an interface between this application and the program. In the same way in the Salesforce as well. So for standard objects, suppose let's consider account is the object name. Here the API name will also be account. If you go with opportunity, then the API name is also opportunity. Right? But if you go with some custom object, if you go with position, then the API name is position underscore underscore C. Nothing but this underscore underscore C represents that it is a custom object. If it is a field, it represents that it is a custom field. Right? Let's go with job application. Then it will be like job underscore application underscore C. Right? So now let's come back here. See here, these are the different types. Like you can see the API name here, nothing but the custom object, and these are the different options which we choose. Right now, these are the standard fields like created by, last modified by, owner, and the job application name as we discussed. Right. So in tomorrow's session, let's discuss how to create the fields and what are the different types of relationships we have. All those things. All right. Clear?